yours, right?
Yeah, that one. We were due for that to help him out and score for him. So he's bailed us out, like you said, multiple times. So it was nice to do that for him on tonight's game.
How nice was it to get the power play rolling another game with 4 power play goals tonight?
Yeah, it was great. It's great. It's been a work in progress, and we've been slowly, obviously with the new PP coach this year, there's going to be some, you're going to have to learn to grow and learn some new things. And we've been, getting better every game and every practice. And, tonight it paid off.
I think there's about 5 guys that got their first of the year tonight. So I suspect that's one of those games where just a lot of guys are feeling good because everyone kind of had a piece of it, right?
100%, yeah. It's great to have guys up and down the lineup and every line contributing, and it's great to have that. So, it's always nice to get the first one out of the way for the year. So I'm sure, a lot of, everyone's pretty happy with that. So it was a good game for us.
Gradually, it kind of seemed like you and Ehlers kind of got more in sync in transition. Like, is that timing thing, or what do you think kind of led to things clicking more in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that was eventually going to come. Like, it didn't come the first 3 games, and we were struggling a little bit with that kind of stuff. And we talked about it, like, as a line, and we were pretty, positive that we found a lot of success last year, and we knew it was going to come. It just took a couple games, and hopefully now the floodgates are open, and I think that was a really good confidence game for our line.
What does it feel to have a game like that on Halibuck's night?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, he's like I said earlier, he's bailed us out many times. He's a best goalie in the league. So it's a treat to have him on your team, and it's a lot of help for us. So it's nice to put up a large number for him on his night.
Before it was a rod, I think it was even before the very first goal, you made a kind of a crease clear right on Halibuck's crease. What did you see on that play?
Just it was kind of a broken play, and then they kind of got a 3-on-2 turned into like a 2-on-1, and I was just back checking, and I did like a spinorama play or whatever it was to the back post, and I just tried to take his stick away, and Bucky came across. I think he got a nice piece of it, and then it goes the other way in transition, and Fly makes a great play, and Jim ends up scoring. So it was a nice all-around play from the whole line.
Sort of saw that type of play continue as the night went on. How important is it to kind of keep those good habits, even in a game when you're winning like that?
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, it's, sometimes in those, large number games you can get away from your habits, and, everyone wants to, just worry about offense. And so I think it was important for us, especially our line, to continue the defensive side. And we got a lot of our offense from our good defensive game. I think we got 3 goals of our line from strong defensive play. So, I mean, it's pretty evident that we keep that up. It's, we're going to get a lot of offense from it.
What were, not turning point, but what improved so much in your head from you 3 that led to a game like today?
I think we all kind of, we had a couple days of practice to, sit down, talk with each other, work on a few things, and we kind of just, spoke with one another, and we believe in one another, and we know what we can do, and I don't think anything magically changed. I think we just had the mindset of, the confidence and belief in what we can do as a line, and we showed it last year, and I think we kind of just had that. We had a good first shift, and then we just never let off the gas from there, and I think that was huge for us.
4 points from Vladdy tonight. One more, guys. What makes that guy so special out there on the ice for you?
He's just smart. Like you see, he's just so smart, right? Like he's making a couple of those goals. Like he makes great defensive plays, and then he jumps into the play and makes a nice offensive play. Like you can just rely on a guy like that, and you're going to get passes from him. You're going to get solid defensive play, and you can just you can trust him, and you do your job, he's going to do his, and having a guy like that on your line, it makes your life easy. So and then he can also contribute with his playmaking and goal scoring. He showed at the end. So I mean, he's an all-around great player.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Vladdy, did that dam kind of breaking a little bit tonight for your line in particular, 5-on-5 and special teams?
Yeah, I thought the first 3 games weren't the greatest for us. I mean, we couldn't really get anything going, but tonight we're all using our speed, our skill, and just getting those pucks on net, and it worked out today.
Confidence is such a big thing. So when you see both Nikolai and Cole, they get their first, and then they obviously are able to follow that up with big nights. Did you just sense that everybody kind of felt a boost from that?
Yeah, whenever you score, it obviously gives you a boost in confidence, but in this league you can't get too high and you can't get too low, so we kind of enjoy the night today and then move on to Pittsburgh.
there a challenge at all in games like that where you build a big lead early, just not getting away from the structure that's obviously so important to this group?
Yeah, I thought for the most part we stuck to the way we play, to our structure, and didn't really give them much. But sometimes it's in games like that when it's a big lead, it gets away from you. But I thought we controlled it today.
Is there added excitement, motivation with this many Hellbucks nights?
Yeah, for sure. And whenever it's a day like that, it's happy. We gave him the gift this morning, and everyone was kind of happy for him. So main thing is we got the win today, and for him, and celebrated today.
How kind of gratifying was it for your line to have that kind of performance after, you guys had a lot of conversation the last couple of days and kind of trying to work through it, and then to have a night like that, what's that kind of like for you three?
Yeah, as I said, we just got to build on this game. The 3 games earlier, we kind of were, everything was just congested. We weren't supporting each other, but today everything changed. We kind of were in the right spots and kind of played to our structure, and it worked out for us.
Do you kind of think that the neutral zone kind of was a big improvement for you guys? I felt like in previous games, things were kind of stopping there, but you guys were able to play through pace in north and south.
Yeah, I thought we were supporting each other. That's the main thing. When guys would put the puck in the area where we can get it, and from there, the skill takes over, and we start cycling and stuff like that. So I thought we did that well today.
After having such a gap between games, I think tonight starts 12 and 23, so obviously nice to start that off on the right foot, but the grind kind of starts now, I imagine?
Yeah, the grind begins. I think we play every other day for 22 days, I think, so you got to get your rest and prepare for Pittsburgh, and then kind of go from there.
Is that where the depth of this team can be an asset? I know it's been the same lineup for 4 games, but you guys have other options and whatnot, and guys kind of pushing each other, and that'll come into play, I imagine.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of guys ready to go if needed. So we just got to stay with the process and go from there.
Cole said that I think 3 of your goals came from good defensive plays leading into offense, and I'm also not sure that you gave up even a shot attempt against while you guys were on the ice. So I'm wondering what pride you took from your D game and why that feeds into offense.
Yeah, I think the defensive side is the pride of our team, the way we defend and kind of transition from there. And as I said, the previous games we kind of were giving up too much, and today, even on Fly's first goal, Fetz does the back check and gets him the puck and scores the other way. So we got to continue doing that, and it starts with we started today, so got to move on.
Thank you. You're on. is that one of those games that's nice for so many guys to get their first, and kind of everybody has a piece of it, and it gets a lot of guys probably feeling pretty good about the offensive side of the game for sure?
Yeah, we obviously had only scored one goal the last couple, and we had gotten lots of chances. Each unit and each line, seemed like they had their share of opportunities that didn't go in, and tonight it's nice to see everybody kind of get rewarded for it, and great to see our the Nemestikov line get rewarded the way they did.
Yeah, we were just looking. Someone's got a stat up that showed just with Cole Perfetti on the ice. I think the shot attempts were 21-0, 14-0 shots on goal, and 7-0 goals. That includes all situations, but that seemed to be a pretty dominant performance from him and his line mates. Did you sense kind of once they got going early that their confidence just kind of really increased?
Yeah, I mean, what I was saying there the last couple of games is that they were spending no time in our end of the rink. It wasn't like they were a line that you couldn't put out there because they're just going to spend the whole time defending, and that's not what was happening. And they weren't spending a whole lot of time offensively in the offensive zone. But tonight it all clicked. But to me it started. Cole had a couple of great back checks that started, I think, the first goal. Just him getting back, those guys defending first. Fly using his speed and pushing people back. I just thought tonight they've been stressing and kind of pushing each other and kind of really wanted to be a part of the offense. And tonight it exploded, and it was great to see.
Just one more from me, but how do you as a coach, when you get a big lead so early, kind of manage the not getting into any bad habits, that sort of thing, because you obviously don't want that to carry over?
Yeah,
right?
Those are tough games, and that's what I mentioned, the guys that after the first, and it's you try to stay in good habits and keep doing the right things, because if you are, then you're going to get your chances again. And there was a few breakdowns here and there, but at the end of the day, those are tough games to play in. I mean, and again, a lot of power plays, a lot of those situations, so it kind of throws a little bit off. Some guys maybe end up sitting a little bit more, but at the end of the day, we found a way to win, and they had a couple of pushes, but then we bounced right back and got the lead.
Scott, was it added excitement, motivation with this being Hellebuyck's night? The guys wanted to win it for him, probably.
Yeah. The guys were obviously nice little gift he got this morning there from the players, and all he's done for this the organization, and just what he's he means to this hockey team, for them to give him a lot of run support to go out and get what was it, four in the first period. That's a big, obviously he can settle in and do what he needs to do. But at the end of the day, it's you want to give him some nights off and give him an opportunity, maybe not to see a ton of shots, a ton of pressure against them, and we did enough obviously offensively, which really kind of helped them out.
You mentioned kind of how even the past three games, the Nemesnikov line wasn't struggling defensively. They just weren't really kind of generating offense. How much tonight do you think that their neutral zone play kind of drove their ability to generate more offense?
Tonight they attacked and with I thought they filled the lanes, all three lanes, real well. I thought they, whether it was support or whether it was making the simple play to kick it to the speed, they got. Like I mentioned, from the top of our circles in the D zone to the top of the opposition circle without turning pucks over, without losing it. They got in with speed, and then that created the cycle, or that created the opportunity off the rush. And I knew that I've seen it in the past with those guys, and then and that's why we kept stressing on in practice. We do a lot of rush drills in practice that master it there in the games. You get into the games, and hopefully it comes a little bit easier for them. And I thought tonight that they were very cohesive. They worked together, real good close support. They didn't have to try high risk things. They just kept it simple, and obviously got rewarded for it.
It's, is tonight another example of kind of why you think that Perfetti and Ehlers are two players and complement each other well? There was a lot of instances where Perfetti was making a perfect pass, Ehlers was gaining speed. Was that kind of an example of what you've been aiming to get?
Yeah, like I said, all three of those guys have real good skill set, and they complement each other when they're all on their game. And I thought tonight it was probably the game where it was the game that all three of them were at their best. And there's been games where maybe it's a period, one of them's going, two of them are going, but it was never all three. And tonight it was all three right from the start.
I don't know if this this is a game that you chop up and show a whole bunch of video from, given the depleted lineup, but also you have that offense you got out of defense, like you said, those plays Cole Perfetti made. You had Kyle Connor tracking back to the far post. There's a lot of little habitual things that went right today. So what do you take forward from the win?
Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest thing I was stressing this morning and prior to the game was the first period, that we knew they come in on obviously playing last night. It was how good we were going to be. They weren't going to hand us something. We had to go and take it from them, and I thought we did. And it was because we tracked back. We forced them to dump pucks, and they're a rush team, and they like to push numbers up the ice. And if you turn pucks over inside the blue line, they're going to try to counter. I thought all of those areas, we really did a good job of not allowing them to get going. And like I've mentioned often, how we play without the puck really dictates a lot about what happens when we have the puck, and whether it's a heavy forecheck to get it back to create the offensive cycle, whether that's tracking back, picking, going all the distance to the back of the net and then popping a stick and going the other way, us defending in our D zone and then getting out on the rush. So I think that however you want to kind of categorize it, our defense 200 feet usually creates our offense for us.
And just one more on Hellebuck. Was it an official pact or just unofficial that you guys got together and got them all that run support on a night like today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the guys, obviously, it was 500 at start, and they wanted to make sure that, everybody was at their best. And, I think that we've got some good things going here. And, whenever you have those nights like that, when one of the guys being honored like he was, you want to be at your best. And I thought tonight that the guys tried to do whatever they can. Also, on the point of, like I've mentioned, we haven't scored a lot of goals, but there's been a lot of really good looks, and I thought we got rewarded tonight. Thank you.